Molly.
Hi, Liz. Hello, everyone. It's great to see you all. Liz and I are so excited to come on and talk about Teamup with all of you. Liz, what do you think of this conference chat that we've seen in all the tracks today?
I think it's pretty amazing. I'm loving it. Loving it.
It's
So
great
many
to see
superheroes out in our community, and I can hardly, right?
I know, I was just going to say that.
Took the words right out of your mouth.
Yes, exactly. Well, we hope everyone is enjoying our 4th edition of DynamicsCon. And wow, this has been an eventful conference so far. Just from all of our contributors to our sponsors, to our attendees, to our speakers, to our team. We're so excited to have you all, and thank you for attending our session. So today, Liz and I are going to talk about the Teamup program. And before we do that, Liz, we'd just love it if anyone out there in the chat wants to give us a hello. We love engagement around here. It is a community-centric organization after all. So we'd love to see you in the chat. If you're out there, give us a hi. And while Liz brings up her slides, maybe we'll just do some quick introductions. My name is Molly Fuchsel. For those of you who do not know me, I'm the president at Dynamics User Group, and I will pass it right over to Liz.
Thank you so much, Molly. Yes, Liz Hallen. Many of you may have seen me this morning. I was with our keynote, Mike Ehrenberg, but now I am here and pleasantly happy to be presenting about the new program that we have here at DUG, or Dynamics User Group, called Teamup. And if our producers could bring the slides up, we will just dive right in.
Perfect. Well, while we're waiting for our slides to come up, Teamup is one of the 7 programs that Dynamics User Group, also known as DUG, has to offer. So we're super excited to talk more in depthly about what this is and how this really helps our partners and ISVs shine in our community. Okay, so Teamup, the concept behind Teamup, and I think this is a really, really important thing that Liz and I hope that all of you hear loud and clearly. A membership into DUG, or again, Dynamics User Group, is completely free. There is not a membership fee. And to offset those expenses, we really, really are so thankful to say that we have amazing partners contributing with us and partnering up in our Teamup program to make that possible. This is 2022, and the thought of a membership for a virtual community organization is quickly fading, and we want to be part of that new next generation movement in community. And so again, Teamup is how we do that. It's our funding resource for operational expenses, program development, and really, most importantly, our growth. And alongside that, it's our way to let our community partners that are a part of our Teamup program really shine and say that they are here for community. They are supporting each community member, regardless of what type of member you are in our program. These are the people who have really committed to backing DUG and our growth and what we're doing. And really, it just goes full circle because all of that really just goes back into what DUG is bringing forward to the users, to the partners, to the ISVs, to the Microsoft staff, so on and so forth. So with that, I will turn it over to Liz, and she's going to go ahead and dive into some details about our Teamup program. Go ahead, Liz.
I am. Thank you so much, Molly. And thank you to our producers for getting our slides up.
Yes.
I think we're the first session of the day, probably of the event, that is doing this live. So we did not pre-record like the rest of our fabulous speakers did. So you get us live.
That's right.
That's right. So back to Teamup. As Molly mentioned, this is a newer program, and happy to help be able to support the community in free ways. And we do that through the support of our amazing sponsors. As we put together and we developed this program, I worked with a lot of our partners and sponsors that you'll see here at DynamicsCon, and really understood and tried to get their feedback. And in order to provide a breadth of programs and options for our Teamup partners, we do have several different levels of partnership available. Some for smaller organizations that might have some limited budgets and just there's really looking to be maybe one of our Teamup partners with a little bit of support, while all the way up to a larger level. Obviously, the more expensive of the level, the more exclusivity you have with it as well. And I didn't get a chance to update this slide with what we actually have available because we have already sold some. We have 2 cornerstones available, we have 5 foundations available, and we have 10 platform available at this point in time in terms of those inventory pieces. But our supporting level is unlimited because there aren't any inventory type items that are in terms of benefits that are available in that package. So some really nice price points. I wanted to make sure that that everybody understands that this pricing is annual. So this gives you a full 12 months of partner membership. And so let's just dive into some of the benefits. So you will see here the 4 levels that we have. And I will run through some of the benefits here to help people understand what it is and the visibility that you get. The first would be a media kit and a specialized personalized partner badge. Essentially, this will be a kit for you to promote your involvement with Dynamics User Group. Many of our partners are very happy and pleased to be a supporting partner or a foundation partner of Dynamics User Group, and we want to make sure that we're providing you with some assets to help your customers and the other partners in your network understand that you're a supporter of ours, and we appreciate that. The second is going to be our Doug Hub and having a profile page on our Doug Hub, which will talk about your company, your product, and your services that you are offering to the community. Allows you to place assets such as videos and PDF files and obviously your contact information as well. The Doug Hub is something that is still forthcoming. So those of you that have been around the community for a little bit, you'll know that we do have multiple websites. That is sort of what happens when you're kind of a startup organization. And so the Doug Hub is really going to bring all of those assets and programs together for our community. We want to make sure that we are highlighting our Teamup partners on the new Doug Hub as well. Anticipating the Doug Hub will be open and available here in just a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. So I'm excited for that and being able to highlight our Teamup partners that we do have. Our Teamup partners also receive discounts on sponsorship packages for our DynamicsCon events. So at this point in time, we will be hosting this virtual event here in March, but we do have an in-person event coming up as well. If you haven't heard about it, DynamicsCon Live in September. If you are a Teamup partner, you would receive a discount on any sponsorship package at that event. In addition to that, we want to make you guys superheroes to your customers also. So you get a discount code that you can provide to your customers, and they get a discount on their registration for our live event in September too. In addition to that, one of the programs and features that we offer is discussion forums. Our discussion forums is where we started. Though they have been around since 1995, so a ton of history in our forums. A great way for you to interact in our community, to interact with each other. And so we want to make sure that we are highlighting and providing marketing and brand exposure for our Teamup partners there. So one of the benefits at our top 3 levels of Teamup would be a digital banner ad on one of our discussion forum groups. So those are based upon product. So if you are an F&O partner and you want to come in at that platform level, we would put a digital banner ad up on our forum site and providing you with metrics and things in terms of the impressions and the click rates that happen with that banner. Molly, did you have a comment? You were just agreeing with me.
I just love it all, but I've heard this before, so.
You have.
Yes, and this is a great time just to reference to any questions about anything that you're seeing on the screen. We welcome you to put those in the chat. We'd love to see it and discuss it more too.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, let's keep going with the benefits for our Teamup Partner Membership Program. The next one is actionable marketing messages as well as a social post to our community. This was a very highly sought after and asked for benefit from many of our partners. I often get asked, how can I send an email blast to your community? And how can I get my marketing message out and directly in front of everyone? this is our way of doing that. I would love nothing more than to be able to provide blind email blasts to all of our partners and send them out to all of our communities. But we do have a bit of a balance we have to reach, and hopefully you all understand that. We want to protect those unsubscribe rates because we want to continue to message to our community members. And Molly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we are pushing 35,000 contacts in our database now.
I will correct you if you don't mind, just to tell you that we're actually at almost 36,000 contacts in our database.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
How are we growing so fast? This is phenomenal. My deck is outdated. Literally, the deck says 34,000 contacts, so 2,000 in the last month, which is just an unbelievable number. And so this is this marketing message here would be sent in one of our emails that we send on a monthly basis. Our Cornerstone and Foundation partners have the opportunity to place a marketing message in our email that will go to those 36,000 contacts that we have in our database. And this is really your chance to say what you want and communicate what you wish for the community. So whether you're trying to promote an upcoming webinar you're hosting, possibly a customer event, you want people to download a white paper, all of those things are very possible in getting in front of this audience. And then, of course, we will share it from our social channels as well, which we also have several thousand followers on across all of our different social media posts. Very good. And at our top 3 levels, we also are offering you the opportunity to post a 30-minute video that's posted to our YouTube channel. This video is would go alongside many of our other videos. So as a participant in this DynamicsCon event or our prior ones, you'll know that we post all of our content on our YouTube channel. We are definitely finding that the community is leveraging YouTube as a source for finding solutions and for finding answers to questions. And so we are wanting to make sure that we provide our partners with the opportunity to host a video and get their word out about their product and service too. And then our top couple of levels, you'll see definitely have some exclusive benefits there. One would be to serve on our advisory committee. For those that are not familiar or may not be aware, we do have an advisory committee for Dynamics User Group. We have a phenomenal group of individuals. We have partners on the group. We have users in the group. They really help to shape and guide the decisions that we are making in terms of Molly and I and the rest of the Doug team. In the products and the programs and the services that we are offering to the community, because at the end of the day, we are here to serve you, and we are here to help you learn in the ways that you want to learn, offering various different platforms of learning and things. So our advisory committee is very helpful and to give us that guiding star that we need to make sure that we are really truly listening to the community and offering the things that that you all are looking for. So our top 2 levels do have a seat on our advisory committee and also help us with the financial and budgetary pieces and decision making at the end of the year too. Our Cornerstone level does include a couple of packages at our top tier levels of sponsorship for both the virtual and our live event, and as well as they would be an exclusive sub-forum sponsor. So that is a lot of detail and a lot of benefits. I think I have seen, do we have any questions in the chat yet, Molly, before we move on?
We do not have any questions in the chat right now, but Liz and I did come prepared with a couple of common questions that we get to that
Yes.
might spark some additional conversation or questions from all of you watching.
Very good. So one of the benefits that I did skip over, and I did this intentionally, was the priority for our MeetUp Partners. And for those that may not be aware, we do have 7 different programs that we offer here at Dynamics User Group, and we're hoping that the benefits that you see here as part of the Teamup Partner Membership Program gives you a bit of visibility into each different program that we're offering. And one of those is our meetups. And so I'm actually going to fly through the next few slides because it's really more detail about each of the different levels. So if you're interested in a Teamup Partner Membership, I encourage you to take a peek at some of these next levels or next slides that have a bit more detail about each of the different levels. But the reason that I'm flying through these is because I wanted to go into a little bit more detail, actually pass it over to Molly to go into more detail about our MeetUp program and what it means to be a MeetUp partner.
Absolutely. Thanks, Liz. All
Yeah.
right. So for those of you, as Liz said, I apologize, my Outlook notifications are still on. That's the beauty of live when you're hosting an event. So hope you don't mind all the excitement behind in the background from me. So yes, Meetups is our localized and regional in-person and virtual way to connect with community. So many of you, of course, via the, through this pandemic and even before the pandemic, were very involved in a localized user group, possibly known as a chapter or a user group, or just a local, your local Microsoft group gathering. I've seen many names, which is perfectly great. We've actually used the Meetup platform since 2016 for Doug, and it's very successful. And as Doug has grown very rapidly in the last year, so have our wonderful meetups. Primarily today, these meetups are virtual, but many of them are very anxious to get back in person. And that's probably where sponsorship will be most commonly and most popular. I'll just put it that way. And so what a meetup sponsor is that is your opportunity to get in front of that audience, to engage with that audience, to put your brand and your faces of your company associating with that localized meeting. So a couple things just to note, because Liz and I have worked in this community in a variety of ways over the years, and we've gotten to know, particularly from our user members, what they're looking for from their localized meetup or localized user group. And that is that they, particularly the volunteer leaders, they want to be able to select their content. They're the ones who are volunteering the time to put together the agenda, the communications, really rally their local users together to talk about the products, whether that's on a monthly or quarterly basis, or sometimes even twice a year, if that's what they choose. The sponsorship option is nice again, because it really lets you get involved in that meeting. And there's, of course, a lot of opportunity there. You probably will see some familiar faces, but the goal would also be to see some new community member faces. And so with that, we do allow the volunteer leaders to decide if their particular meeting is, if their particular agenda that they've come up with really lends itself well, and if a sponsorship session coming into it is complimentary at that particular meeting or not. So we like to give that ownership to that leader, because again, they're the ones volunteering their time, but they're very open and willing to hear about a sponsor that is interested in participating and getting involved with their local user group. So the process for those that are interested is you would work with Liz, myself, or even our teammate Denise Johnson, and let us know which meetups that you see on the map you'd be interested in becoming a sponsor for. And then we communicate with that leader and see where the best fit is for you. Liz, one common question that I think we should clarify for the group is, can they be a meetup partner with Teamup only, or will they have to also select one of the main partnership options with Teamup?
Really great question. Yes, that is a definite question that we get asked a lot. And the answer is no, you do not have to be a Teamup partner in order to be a sponsor of one of our meetup events. However, I will say that Teamup partners, one of the benefits, and that was the benefit that we were talking about, is that we do give preference and priority to our partners who are also Teamup partner members. So you don't have to be, but it definitely gives you a leg up on some of the other sponsors that might not be a Teamup partner.
Probably good just to mention to everyone that's joining us again, thanks for participating in our Teamup session. We are seeing active interest in this, which is really exciting. It goes hand in hand with our meetups that are really excited to get back in person again. So we encourage you again to reach out to us and let us know which meetups you'd be interested in participating in, and we're happy to drop the meetup link in the chat as well and just share where we have meetups currently today. And it's also good to note that we have an increasing number of meetups. I think I mentioned that at the beginning, but I'll say it again. The interest in meetups is growing quite rapidly. So we're excited to share that too. So we recommend that you keep an eye out on our meetup page just because of that growth and new meetups popping up all over the place. Oh, Liz beat me to it. She's got the Learn page in the chat for you to see all the programs, including Meetup. Perfect.
I do. And I'm also sharing the link directly to our meetup since we were talking specifically about that one. And that definitely has been an area of great interest. And so anybody that is interested in talking more about meetups, talking more about the 7 programs, becoming or wanting to learn a little bit more about how you become involved as a Teamup Partner Program member, would love to chat with you. I do have a contact slide, but that I will show at the end if you want to get in touch with me. But also on the DynamicsCon.com website, we do have a link to where you can get a copy of this prospectus for yourself. So I encourage you to go there. And also in this deck, which we won't go into a ton of detail, but it does have some information about our member data and kind of who we have exposure into. You'll see we have almost an equal split in terms of the products that we are representing with our member base. Our lowest audience would be the Dynamics GP audience. And that one really is primarily, I think, because they've come out there. They were the last product group to come into the fold of Dynamics user group. But that member base is growing every day. And so definitely are very welcoming of the GP community as well as the D365 and Power Platform. You can see here the industries that we're serving. We do have a lot of professional services and as well as technical resources that are part of our community. And you'll see that with the top job roles as well. Many consultants, a lot of developers, but growing as you may have heard earlier, by leaps and bounds every day. We have several more members because it's free. And it's free because of our great partners that are helping to support us from a financial standpoint and really covering our organizational expenses to ensure we can continue to offer those free resources. We do have a global reach. We didn't really talk about that. You can see that from our meetup link as well that I put in the chat. We do have a large audience in North America, but that doesn't mean that we aren't seen throughout the globe either. And so you can see we have a definite global reach. We have millions of website sessions. So your exposure as a partner to get your brand and your product and your service out there is great for this community. Lots of activity on our YouTube channel. And I mentioned earlier, we have really great engagement on our social media channels too.
Excellent.
Yes, and Molly's info is not on here, but I bet she will put it in the chat for you if you want to chat with Molly as well. But I am taking lead on helping our partners. So if you want to talk more about Teamup, I would be more than happy to have a one-on-one call or just an email exchange. That works great as well. If you are sort of new to Dynamics user group and would like to learn more about how you can get involved and just be engaged in maybe some of the other 7 programs, Molly and I are also presenting later this week on the agenda to talk more specifically about those 7 programs, one of which is Teamup. So.
Great question. Well, Liz, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a specific question that we had from Ashley in the chat. She was asking, how do you become a leader with an existing meetup group? So kind of along the same vein of what we were just talking about a little while ago with our supporting our localized meetup groups. So Ashley, to answer your question, the best place to start would be to reach right out to me. You see my email address above there. And Denise and I will set up an orientation call with you and we'll assess which meetup you're looking at participating in. Some of our meetups that are listed as active today are always either looking for additional volunteer leader help or the volunteer leader has or would like to step down for a little bit, and it's a perfect opportunity for a new leader to come in. So definitely, Ashley, reach out to me, and Denise and I would love to connect with you further.
Awesome
Liz?
question, Ashley.
Yes. Liz, let's talk about some of the other questions that we commonly get with Teamup. Let's talk about maybe just the payment plan of Teamup a little bit based on the
Sure.
level that you're involved with. That's a very common question that we get with Teamup. Do you want to talk about that just a little bit?
It is, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, because many of our price points, they look a little scary, but they are an annual price, and so I think it's important for partners to understand that we can be very flexible with you. We we appreciate everything and all that all of our partners are doing for us, and so more than happy to work with you on a payment plan for those top 3 levels, whether that be monthly, quarterly, twice a month, whatever is going to work best for your budget and for your cash flow with your company. So great point on that, Molly. And we do also with the supporting member as well as particularly with the supporting member, we can set that up as an automatic renewal for you. So you can set it up and do it and forget it. With the other 3 levels, because they are inventory based and we only have certain number of spots, those programs run from January to December of a particular year. And so for 2022 specifically, we have not obviously we kind of launched the program a little bit later than in the year than we were anticipating that we would. So we're definitely here to make sure that we're treating our community members right, offering proration, taking discounts. I know that Cornerstone level also includes 2 of our platinum level sponsorship packages here at the virtual event. Obviously we can't do anything about that. And so we'd give credits for those. With the supporting package, however, it is a rolling 12 months. So if you sign up in April of 2022, your membership would be good through April of 2023, and then we can renew from that standpoint. The other 3 levels, however, I would be reaching out in October to do a renewal of those since those are inventory based.
All right. And with that, Liz, I think we are at our time. So thank you everyone for joining our session. Liz, any final comments for our wonderful CE viewers?
I just thank you so much again for everybody for being here and for listening and really supporting our Teamup program. We could not do this without the support of our partners and our sponsors. And so just huge gratitude expressed from myself and Molly and the rest of the Doug team. So enjoy the rest of DynamicsCon.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.